Okay, Jesse, you have the floor.
Okay, so I kind of use colors that are more easier identified with. So like red for hotter days and cyan for colder days. I'm not too well with Illustrator, so I did try to show my diagram more with color. So I kind of try to like show like simple sections where you can see how the wind interacts with the building colder in, and you can see how the hotter air extracts through the back of the house. And that's pretty much all I did.
Tell us about your design diagram, your solution diagram at the top.
Oh, all I really did, you can't really see here, but I just showed it with a dotted line around it. The line weighs not too well, but it did emphasize it here. Try to showed it here. I just did basically I said just did a line, and then these are kind of supposed to represent like a wall section, and then in between here would be like a window section, and you will see how the air would enter through the house and exhaust the hot air out with just showing the color. That's pretty much what I did.
So I think your diagram is backwards.
Yeah, it's backwards.
You probably got that through the other discussions. Since the action. Do you guys understand? Anybody need me to go through that? I'll go through it anyway, just in case. So the reason it's backwards is because the action of the windrows is towards the center. Basically how it's measured is, I don't know the tool that they use, but it measures the force of wind on a particular point. That's why this is a point-based radial map. So if you've got really fast wind coming in from the west, the action is happening towards the east. So this diagram would flip, the cold wind would come in, and then it would get hot going through. Yeah. But you got that by now.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about your building. Or does anybody else have any comments? Questions? I think the colors are generally okay. You have this particular color palette, because you're changing colors, does give you that mid-grade gradient, but it's not super potent.
Yeah.
It's kind of okay. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but I get it. Anyway. Show us your building then.
So my building isn't super clean because I was rushing to finish it, but I just implemented the same line that I implemented on my previous diagram to show how the wind would enter through this through the front of the house here, and just exit out the back too. That's pretty much how I did.
What does that change in color represent? Is it just going in and out?
Yeah, just in
okay.
yeah.
The change in color is a little bit lost because of the red crochet that you used for what's being cut through.
Yeah.
So maybe you should use a different color for the crochet.
Agreed.
Agree with that.
The other thing that's throwing me off here is that the change in color is not happening in the space.
Yeah.
Technically, I think what was going on when you were thinking your way through it is, yes, if the wind enters on this side of my west elevation, then it would change somewhere in here and then go out the back. But when you're doing an axonometric section, I'm using the term actionable too much, but the actionable plane is at the section. So I would take that line and pull it down so that you actually see it flow through in the plane of the section and come out. Other than that, I think your use of hidden lines is good. Mine, I didn't really have a landscape, so I think that this is awesome that you tried it. But the landscape is really not the important geometry here. the building is. So maybe you can take those out, and in fact, I don't know if we even need this much of the landscape. You could blow this thing up, make it really big,
Yeah.
and show all the hidden lines that so that we can see what this fenestration looks like.
To emphasize the building. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Simple enough. Thank you.